morning, hi, this is Fran Penberthy and welcome back for week 5 of 6 reasons why the body just won't release the fat. Thank you so much to everybody that's been sending me messages over these weeks saying, Fran, I am loving the content. Thank you so much for doing these, and that is great news for me. So thank you to each and every one of you. So today we're looking at Pump It Up. And I'm just curious, how many of you have already guessed what this one is about? If you have, and today it is about exercise, that's what we're talking about. So if you've already guessed that that's where we're going today, please put a comment in the box below and say, yes, I knew. All right, let me know that you were ahead of me and you knew what was coming. So exercise, what we're going to do today, we're going to look at the exercise that works for weight loss, the exercise that doesn't work at all for weight loss, and the why, because we need to know the why. We need to know why these things work. How is the body functioning so that we can work in line with it? Now, there are masses of benefits to exercise, to movement. There have been so many studies that have just confirmed this, that if you have the kind of lifestyle where you just go from bed to chair to car to office chair, you know, there's just not much movement going on in your life, then the risk, it just goes right up to over 30 chronic disease states, ranging from cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome. And plus, of course, that when we exercise, when we're up and moving, we release endorphins and they make us feel great. So there are masses of benefits to exercise. And so we can be forgiven for making the wrong assumption that if you just do masses of exercise, then you will get more and more benefits. But actually, that isn't true. So if you are currently pounding the pavements, running for hours on end, or you're at the gym on the treadmill for hours and hours, I have got great news for you today, because that does not work for weight loss, but I will tell you what does. The reason that those long hours of exercise don't work is because whenever we start exercising, we trigger the stress response in our body to get fuel to the muscles. We're back to cortisol and the other stress hormones. And if you are just exercising, over-exercising, on and on and on, you are staying in that stress state and you're pumping out the cortisol. And we know now that what cortisol does is it stores fat around the middle when it's constantly being pumped out. So over-exercise will work against our goal to lose the weight. And that is why professional athletes who just, you know, do this for a living, they're always driving their bodies hard, they have to work very, very hard to counterbalance this constant stressful state that their body is in. And that is why professional athletes often have quite low immunity, going down with one infection after another. It's because they're struggling against this stress reaction. So we don't need to go there. We're not professional athletes. We just want to lose some weight. So here is a better way for you to do that. And this has been proven now in many studies, is actually the better way to lose weight by exercise is burst training. This is where you do short bursts of intense activity. So like your maximum effort, so your heart is pounding, your breath is hard to catch, you know, but you're only doing it for 30 to 60 seconds. And then you have a 30 to 60 second rest. And you just do that sort of like maybe 4 to 6 times at a go. Maybe it's something like running on the spot really intensely, or if you love running, just running intensely for that minute or so, and then dropping down to a jog or a walk, just to give that rest. And you keep on doing that. For myself, what I've done is I've bought myself one of those mini trampolines, because you know, a lot of pressure on my joints is not good for me. So what I've done is I've got this trampoline and I can do all of that intense running, you know, all of that, and I can really get my heart pounding, but I'm protecting my joints. So that's something that I do. So, you know, that's the way that you can do it. It's just those intense bursts where you're really hammering it out, but then you rest, and then again and again. And so this is literally, you're going to be done in a matter of minutes, and you have done the best exercise that you can for actually losing the fat. And the reason for that is because that type of exercise quickly uses up all of your glycogen stores. And so then for actually about 36 hours after you've finished the exercise, your body is breaking down your fat and converting it to new glycogen stores. So this is a brilliant way, an effective way to actually lose the weight. So I hope that has been really good news for you today, that if you hate going to the gym, you hate the long hours doing exercise, this is great for you, that actually this is far more effective. And if you go onto YouTube, or you can pick up a DVD somewhere, there are lots of people showing you how to do this kind of burst training. So I hope that's been useful. I'm sure it has. And of course, now you know what to do and the why. The next thing, of course, is getting the motivation to do it, isn't it? It's like, oh, Fran, I'm comfy in my chair. I don't feel like it. I've had a long day at work. So motivation is now your next thing. Now you know what to do. It's finding that motivation. I won't go into that now because I've got lots of ideas for that. So I will cover that at another time. But that's enough for now. And next week we'll be back for the last one, No Time to Recharge. All right, as always, share me some love, share this video, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening.